Welcome to the extended version of Bits and Bytes. Today we're going to look at building a clicky game in Scratch. Let's get started. So to begin with, we need to understand what a clicky game is. A clicky game is a game where something comes up on the screen, stays there for a split second, disappears, reappears in a new spot for a split second, disappears again, and keeps doing that over and over and over again. The game part of it is that you want to try and click on it when it does appear. And then to make it even more interesting, every time you click on it, you get a score. Your score goes up. So that's the basis of the game we're going to build today. So let's start by getting rid of Scratch the sprite. We can do that by just clicking here on the trash can. Once we've gotten rid of Scratch, we're going to go and get a backdrop first. So I'm going to click here on choose a backdrop. And I'm going to choose a space backdrop because I'm going to make an outer space game for my clicky game. And I think I'm going to go with this galaxy backdrop. So there's my backdrop. Now I want to choose a character or sprite that kind of fits in that backdrop. So I'm going to go into choose a sprite. And I could choose a star, a planet, a spaceship, something like that. I think I'm just going to go with star. I'm going to choose just a basic one. There we go. The star's a fairly good size. I don't think I want to make it too much smaller. So now I have my background and I have my main sprite. Again, what I want to do is have this sprite show up somewhere on the screen here for a second, then disappear, then show up somewhere else again. So when we have a sprite or character show up in one spot and go to another spot, then another spot, and each time it's a different spot, we call that random. We don't want to have to tell it what spot to go to because that's going to take a lot of code. Instead, we want to go to a random position. And if we look here in the blue motion code, we'll see this go to random position right there. So we want it to go to a random position and then show up. And before it shows up, we want it to be hidden. So hide and show are in the looks category. So we're going to click on these purple ones. We'll scroll to the bottom and there we have show and hide. So we want this to hide first, and then we want it to show second. And we can click those here with this code. So now what the code says for the star to do is to hide, go to a random position, and show. And we want it to do that when the game starts. And often when the game starts, we use this green flag. So those are in events. Those kind of game starting things are in events. We'll click on events, and here we can see when green flag clicked. So now our code says when the green flag is clicked, the star should hide, go to a random position, and then show. Let's test it out. Okay, it went to a random position. That's great. That's exactly what we wanted it to do. But of course, we don't want it to do that just one time. Since we don't want this star to just show up one time, we want it to keep showing up over and over again in the game. We can go here into control. And what we're looking for is a loop or forever loop. And here it is right here. So we're going to pull this forever loop in. We're going to take the actions that we want the star to do, and we'll pop it right in there. Now what will happen when I click the green flag is the star should appear, disappear, and just keep doing that until I push the red button to stop. So there it goes. Now, you've probably noticed that that's awfully fast, and it would be really difficult to click on that in the game. So we want to add some kind of a pause in there to make the star appear for a little bit longer before it disappears. So the easiest thing there to do is to use this wait button. or wait code. So if I pull this in, I see it says wait 1 second. Anytime there's like a little space here with a number or a word in it, we can change that. So I could have the star wait for 5 seconds every time it appears, or for a half a second. I can change it. So for this one, I think I'll leave it at, maybe I'll do 1.5 seconds. So what I want it to do then is hide, go to the random position, show, and then wait before it hides again. So I think I'm going to try putting that right here in the loop. Okay, let's try it again. So there goes the star. Maybe 1.5 seconds is a little bit too long. So maybe I'm going to change that. Maybe I'm going to say 0.75 seconds. That's 3/4 of a second. Let's try that again. That seems to me to be more reasonable. Okay. That seems like a good amount of time for it to wait. Before I do anything else, I want to go up here and give my project a name. And I'm just going to call it, fix my spelling, Clicky, there's another spelling problem, space game. Okay. I don't have to share it yet because it's not done. I just want to give it a name. And remember that Scratch saves as you go. So now I've built the game. The problem is when people click on the star, nothing happens. We want something to happen. We want to have a score of some kind. So every time I click on the star, my score can go up. When we have something in a game that goes up and down, we call that a variable because it can go up and down. So if you think about it, what are some other variables that could happen in a game? Score is one. What are some other things? Okay, so you've had a chance to think about it. Maybe you came up with experience points or health or time. Those are all things in a game that could go up and down, and they're called variables. So if we look at our blocks over here, our different coding blocks, we'll see that variables comes up in this dark orange. So I click there, and what I want to do is I want to make a variable, my own new variable. So I'm going to click here on make a variable, and I'm going to call it score. And right now, I really only have one sprite or character, but I might want to add a second one in later. So I want it to work for all of the sprites. Once I do that, I click OK. Now, what should happen is we should see that score come up here in the top corner with 0 as a start. That looks good. Now, I want that every time someone plays the game, the score starts at 0 again. So what I want to do for that is go over here and say, set the score to 0. Now, right now it says my variable, but if I click the drop down, I'll see that score is one of the choices. So I want to set the score to 0, and I want that to happen at the very beginning of the game. So where do you think it should go? You probably thought the same thing as me, right away at the beginning, when the green flag is clicked. If we put it here inside the loop, the score would re-click to 0 all the time, and we don't want that to happen. So we just want it to reset when we click the green flag to start a new game. Okay, so that's good. We want it to reset to 0, but now we have to tell the game, we have to program how that will work. So we need to think it through again. Every time this is clicked, we want the score to go up by 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever you want to build in. For my game, I'm just going to put the score up by 1. So I'm going to go back into events because events is how we start things. And when I look at them, I'll see that there's this one here called when this sprite is clicked. This is exactly what we need for a clicky game. So let's bring it in. Notice that I can have more than one event built in for each character. I can have lots and lots of them. But right now we'll just focus on this one. So what do we want to have happen when the sprite is clicked? Well, when the sprite is clicked, we want the score to go up. So we can go back to our variables in dark orange, and we'll see here that we have this change my variable by 1. So I wanted to say change score by 1. And remember how I said this could be changed, the number? We can put it up or we can put it down. So if I want the number to increase, I leave it at 1. If I want the score to go down every time I click the star, let's say clicking the star was a bad thing in my game, I want the score to go down. So does anybody know what I would put instead of the 1? Yeah, that's right. I would put -1. So -1 would make the score go down. Now, in my case, I don't want the score to go down. I want it to go up. So I'm going to leave it at 1. So now I have when this sprite is clicked, change the score by 1. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to test it out. Let's see. So here, oh, I got to try and catch it. Maybe I made it too fast for me. Oh boy. Has the score gone up? Not yet. I guess I haven't caught it yet. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've touched it a couple of times and nothing's happening to the score. There, I know for sure I got it there. Oh, there it goes, up by 1. Now, if I catch it again, the score should go up again, shouldn't it? Well, I'm pretty sure I caught it there. I know I caught it there. My score's not going up. So, well, let's see. For starters, I'm going to make this a little easier on myself because it's hard to test it when the star's moving so fast. So I'm going to make the star show up for 2 seconds. That might help. Let's start again. When I start again, remember the score should reset to 0. There it goes. Okay, now I should have an easier time clicking the star. There it goes. 1, 2, 3. Now it's working. Okay, now that I've tested it and I know it works, I could go back and reset that time. I think I'll set it to 1 second. 3/4 of a second seemed kind of hard to me. Maybe it's easier for you. Okay, so now we have when the sprite is clicked, change score by 1. Now we've basically built a clicky game. There are other things we can add in. For instance, we could add a sound in here so that every time the star appears, it makes a sound. Or we could add the sound in here so that every time the star is clicked, it makes a sound. Or we could actually put sounds in both of those places. We could bring in another sprite, maybe like a piece of space junk or something like that, or an alien. And every time you click the alien or the space junk, the score goes down because it's a bad thing to click. And we could decide that when the score gets to be a certain number, like say 10, that the game is over. Those are all options we can build in that I'm going to leave up to you to play around with. But right now you can see we have all we need for our clicky game to work. So hopefully you can take this and you can add on to it, make it much cooler than it is right now, change it and make it the way you want it to work. I hope you enjoyed this.